Quartararo was. That means there's an opening there for the likes of Morbid. Quartararo will start from pit lane when he's given the signal. Green light, green flag in the back. Revs up, lights out on 2019. Great start from Miller on the second row. And it's a good start from Dovisioso also. Not so much for Mark.
And the Ducati fitted, we think, with their brand new gadget, the whole shot device. No surprise, Dovisioso gets the whole shot from Jack Miller. Marc Marquez in third place. Maverick Vinales had a shocker. He's already outside of the top six. This is what we feared for Vinales.
Good Dovisioso, good start for Cal Crutchlow. He's just up behind Marc Marquez.
Maverick Vinales then lost 5 places off the line. He's down in 6th place. Alex Rins gathered up 1 spot into 9th spot. Juan Mir got a really good start. He's on the fringes of the top 6 right now. Mir came from 11th.
Danilo Petrucci's had a nightmare. He's dropped down 4 or 5 spots. Launch control obviously didn't work out too well for him. He's just up ahead of Paco Bagnaia. It's 4th for Crutchlow, 5th for his teammate Nakagami.
Andrea Dovisioso has not finished his Qatar Grand Prix outside the top 2 for the last 4 years. Exactly where he wants to be to kick off 2019, leading Alma-Prama Ducati.
A lot of ground.
It was almost like he sat up. Has he got a problem? Jack Miller's got a problem.
What was he sitting up in the middle of the circuit for? What's happened?
He's just thrown something off his bike. There's something was like stuck, like something was stuck under his backside there or something.
What on earth is going on there? Then there's a big gap that's formed.
Taka Nakagami, elbows out all over Juan Mir. Maverick Vinales trying to fight his way back through the pack. Marquez and Dovisioso trade fastest lap of the race, and that's bettered by none other than Valentino Rossi, 156.240. It's all kicking off in Qatar.
It is. Taka just closed the door right on the front wheel of Maverick Vinales. Maverick Vinales is having an absolute nightmare here, Matt.
Well, as always, Steve, new tyres, full fuel tank. He wilted like he did do last year. And what's happened here with Jack Miller?
What is it that he's throwing off here? Right in the middle of the circle. Where's he sitting up there?
It's his seat unit.
What? Podium contention to 5th in 2 corners.
Suzuki's are storming through. It was on lap 13 last year when Alex Rins perished at the second corner while he was fighting inside that top 6. Crutchlow tries to fight back in Mir's slipstream, but Mir, the rookie, can't find a way through.
Brilliant racing here. A bit further back through the field. Miguel Oliveira's worth a shout out as well, Matt. 13th place ahead of Pol Espargaro.
The only man that's been in the 55 so far is Fabio Quartararo. Now, you'd imagine we saw this last year. Andrea Dovisioso at the front as Rossi picks off. Taka Nakagami. Dovisioso would just sit there and run his own pace. He may well have already locked down here into tyre preservation mode, Andrea Dovisioso, because we can see as Rins goes second up the inside of Marc Marquez. We know what the fastest lap times are capable of because Quartararo's doing them. He's doing these guys are a mile off the pace of what's being capable of. This is just time management right now.
Of course it is. This is all part of the tactics. Dovisioso, you didn't know he was there.
Somebody who's had a real good charge through the pack early doors here is Frankie Morbidelli. Not that long ago, he was in 13th place. He's back inside the top 10 in 9th. Well, I was going to say seatless Jack Miller, but of course he hasn't got any talking to go in that top 10 right now. Dovisioso, Marquez has found his way back into 2nd place, uses the top speed of that Honda to sweep on through by Alex Rins.
They bunch up a bit then as Rossi tags onto the back of this leading group of 8. Dovisioso is in front on the Ducati Marquez. Then it's Suzuki's of Alex Rins and Juan Mir on board now with Marquez, looking back to Rins. There is Petrucci, desperate to find a way past Cal Crutchlow.
We said Moto GP in 2019 was going to be the best ever. The competition, what, 6.5 laps here in Qatar, and the top 9 riders are covered by just a second.
That was close from Petrucci. Thought about a block pass on Marquez. Block passes Rins brilliantly there and moves back up into 2nd place. That costs Rins dear. Rins has lost another one to Petrucci as well.
Yeah, that one though, he knew it was perhaps coming from Marc Marquez. You can't be sitting in front of Marc and not expecting him to have an attack up the inside.
On board with Crutchlow. He got through, looks on. Suzuki X-Star Moto GP manager. Oh, Juan Mir really engaged in a brilliant battle here with Crutchlow. Vinales now, can he find a way through? Just no acceleration still there for the Yamahas.
Yeah, Maverick Vinales, his main complaint at the test here as well was a lack of edge grip. He was worried about that 3rd sector a couple of years ago. That's where he made up all of his time to hold up Andrea Dovisioso in 2017. What the Yamahas got when the pace gets hotter. We know that Andrea Dovisioso and quite possibly Danilo Petrucci, they've not put their cards on the table yet at all. They're keeping them right close to their chest. There's a lot of lap time to come from Andrea Dovizioso and Marc Marquez.
We're about to cross the line to complete lap 11 with 11 to go. It is the halfway point of the first race of 2019, and I'm afraid to say Pecco Bagnaia, number 63, who went straight on earlier, has had to retire into pit lane.
To say Jorge Lorenzo on for a pointless debut on the factory Honda. Although you've got to say, you've got to cover him with an awful lot of credit. He's only 7.1 seconds off your race leader at the moment.
It's going to be a disastrous day for Alma Pramac Ducati, I'm afraid. Bagnaia's retired, and it looked like there Miller's sitting up. Now, Quartararo's going to be on for some, despite starting from pit lane.
I bet there's a few people who won't be happy with Jack Miller as well, Steve, launching his foam seat mid-pack in the early stage of the race. That could have clattered him for somebody.
Won't have gone down too well, will it? 9 laps to go. Dovizioso, Marquez Rins. Bit of a gap then back to these two. And Crutchlow in 4th and 5th.
Well, if Vinales and Rossi and Morbidelli on those trio of Yamahas have got anything, they've got to start pushing here because they're just being dropped. And I think Rossi there was about to force the issue on his teammate Vinales at turn 2. I don't think he quite... But these two, they're running the risk of being dropped out of this podium battle here. They've got to find something, 9 laps to go. They can't run this pace.
Well, let me tell you, I had Maverick Vinales down for a race win here today. It's been anything but that. Since that start, he's just not been able to get down to the lap times and cannot get in front.
Last lap, Steve, Andreevich 3.85, Maverick Vinales a 1.56 flat, 0.7 of a second slower than Andrea Dovizioso. Every man in the top 6 on the last lap set their fastest laps of the race. The pin's been pulled, the pace is hotting up here. I don't think the Yamahas have got the rhythm.
Nightmare start to 2019.
Personal best laps fired in by Marc Marquez, Cal Crutchlow and Danilo Petrucci. Brace yourselves, folks, strap yourselves in. Lock the front door, turn the phone off, because this last 4 laps here in Qatar is going to be absolutely crazy.
Andrea Dovizioso in this race has been in control. It's in his hands. Has he got the answer to the final question? Will it be a battle right to the last corner between him and Marc Marquez, as it was last year, or will anyone else stick with them?
Crutchlow, there you go, personal best lap, 55.3, nothing between him and Danilo Petrucci. Penny for Maverick Vinales, just watching this battle unfold. He's a frustrated spectator, just can't quite get close enough, and he's running out of time, the pole man.
Here we go, this could be the break being made now. Both Petrucci and Rossi are struggling to live with the pace.
Two guys, Steve, who traditionally do run into rear tyre grip problems towards the end of the race. They've asked big questions about a rear tyre. It was front tyre woes that cost Rossi throughout practice and qualifying after that stellar start in FP1. Valentino Rossi, I think, will be happy to salvage a top 6 from 14 on the grid, and crucially right now, be top Yamaha.
Marquez is starting to warm himself up. He's in 2nd place. We're looking back at him now from Dovizioso, the race leader. Rins is still there, though, still in contention. Crutchlow likewise. The gap from Crutchlow back to Petrucci, half a second now.
Got to say, a massive amount of credit to Alex Rins. He must have knocked his confidence with a couple of spills back in this kind of fashion to still be right in the victory battle. He said it's time to turn podiums into victories for Suzuki. Is tonight the night?
Across the line we go, 3 laps to go. Marquez challenged Dovizioso then. Challenge not accepted. Dovizioso took it back and Rins has got...
It's been the classic we all hope for. Marc Marquez will lead over the line shortly to start this final lap. We're about 6 kilometres away from the end of what's been an absolutely unbelievable start to 2019.
Here comes Dovizioso, through on the slipstream, up the inside, a powerhouse on the Bologna bullet. Hits a top.
That's the crucial question. Yes, he can. He sort of drags it, holds it up on the brakes into the middle of the corner, slows down Marc Marquez. So Dovizioso then decides to pick up the baton. Dovizioso versus Marc Marquez at the moment on this last lap.
Oh, this is brilliant stuff here on the opening night of Qatar, has delivered in 2019.
Dovizioso sucker Marquez in like he did last year at the final corner. He released the brakes, Marquez went for the lunge up the inside and on the cut back, Dovizioso got him on the line. It was the 8th closest finish in Premier Class history 1 year ago. It's all set again for another showdown. Dovizioso versus Marquez, Honda versus the Ducati. It's his move, big moment on the front end, can he hold it stick? Dovizioso tries to fight back.
Side by side they are, it is Dovi versus Marquez, but Marquez has asked questions earlier than usual. He goes through but can't make it his front end. Oh my word, he's asking questions of that.
How is Marc Marquez still on board that factory Honda? Incredible. We're in the final sector. Is it going to be a carbon copy of 1 year ago here in Qatar? 2 corners to go. It's Dovizioso that holds the advantage. Marquez, you know he's going to attack. Marc Marquez will go all in. Can he find a way up the inside?
It's a repeat, surely. No. Oh, here he goes. He sits him up. He's lost momentum. They book up Dovisioso. Oh my word. The checkered flag is out. Who's going to win this one? It looks like the top step is stained in red once more. Dovisioso just gets it on the line.
It's an absolute carbon copy of 1 year ago. You knew Marc Marquez was going to throw the kitchen sink in bolts, nuts galore, but he couldn't make it stick. He picked up Dovisioso. Dovisioso knew the move was coming, and on the cut back, he took the victory. Again, the winning margin just 0.02 of a second, just like it was last year. Marc Marquez, what a fighter, what a world champion. Cal Crutchlow on the podium, a truly heroic performance from the British rider there. The top 5 riders covered by just 0.6 of a second. Moto GP is back. What a race.
That was unbelievable. Dovisioso does it again. The Suzuki guys are going to be for them today. Cal Crutchlow